Hello everybody, this is Hybrid, and today I'll be reviewing Smallville Season 11, Issue number 13, which is the first part of the whole detective story arc featuring Batman and Nightwing. So, quick recap, and then I'll do my scores, and yeah, that's about it. So, let's begin. So, we're in the Fortress of Solitude, and basically we have Clark and Lois, and Clark is basically trying to find a way to get rid of the whole thing that Lex put on him that allows Lex to track him anywhere pretty much. And the only reason they're actually able to be together is because I guess it turns out that Oliver or Green Arrow was able to put a satellite in front of Lex's tracking satellite, which gave them just enough time to come here, and the fortress of Solitude is able to actually hide the whole tracking on Clark, so they're pretty much safe here. But anywhere else, they can be found. So it's really stressing Clark out because basically he has to be hiding everywhere and he barely has time with his own fiance or not. Yeah, I guess they are still engaged. He barely has time with Lois, and I don't even know how he gets to work now because just being Clark Kent now must be a pain as you're still covered in that stuff and you can be tracked. They talked for a while. Clark's like, I gotta be proactive about it and try doing it myself, all that stuff. So yeah, and I like to actually bring up the fact that Clark says that he actually might be able to control density, like his density, and I think that actually pretty cool if they explore more into that, because I know for a while that was an excuse to explain his flight ability was that he could control his density and whatnot. So that'd be pretty cool if they start going into that more, I guess. At least for me, it would be cool. So then we go to Gotham City, which is where the rest of the issue takes place. We have some thugs, and they're about to sell these high-grade weapons until Nightwing shows up and starts beating them up a little bit and stuff like that. And if you actually look at the suit, unless you see the red hair really, you'd think this might be Stephanie Brown, because Stephanie Brown had the kind of purplish black and yellow kind of suit on when she was Batgirl. So that's the first thing that came to my mind was why didn't they just do that? And I'll also go into why I don't think they should have called it Nightwing yet when I do my scores. So, and I have a really good reason for that too. So it's not anything personal, even though I do wish they would have gone with like Dick Grayson or something like that. But I'm fine with this. It seems to work. So they fight a little bit, and she has the traditional Nightwing extremistics. Batman, who swoops up and takes one of these guys, and a lot. And I love how I guess Batman must have really interrogated him, because he's like, "Keep that monster away from me." And Batman, he has like the black speech bubble and whatnot, I guess, to make him sound dark and I guess grim. But you get a good look at Batman here, and he looks very militaristic, or not militaristic in a sense, but he looks very hooked up. Like, he's ready for anything. And the way actually Miller described it was that this is Batman pretty deep in his career, like 5 to 10 years in his career. So he knows what to expect, and he's ready for everything, which makes a lot of sense. So I have nothing bad to say about the Batman outfit that they have, because the justification for it is very reasonable. So, and I guess Robin or Nightwing is like the scout. That explains why she's more lightweight and more flexible, I guess, and more of, I guess, the person that Batman would send out to see what's there and report back to him. They kind of he interrogates him a little bit more, and then he says Joe. First thing he thinks of is Joe Chill. So now he's like, yeah, we're gonna go to Metropolis. So that's where it's like to be continued. I actually have to say I really did like this issue. And my scores are as follows. Art 4, plot 4, writing 4, characters 4, enjoyment 8.5. So all in all, it was actually a pretty good issue. A lot of people were unsure about how they would do Batman and Nightwing, me included. I personally think that she should have been Robin at least right now, because if you know the real origin of Nightwing, when Dick Grayson left Batman basically to be his own man, get out of Batman's shadow, he talked to Superman. He ran into him and talked to them. Superman then told Robin or Dick Grayson to not rumor, but the Kryptonian mythology of Nightwing and Flamebird. Sound familiar? Those are also two superheroes. But basically, yes. So after that, Dick Grayson adopted the identity of Nightwing. So that is actually where the name Nightwing came from. It wasn't made up out of the blue, it's from Kryptonian mythology. With that being said, though, I feel that a woman really cool if they had her just be Robin, and then, maybe she wanted to kind of branch out, be her own, more of her own independent person throughout the comics. Like maybe we could see that kind of tension there between Batman and her. And when she meets a Superman and talks to Superman, Superman shares with her that Kryptonian mythology, similar to what happened in the original comics with Dick Grayson. In turn, giving her the name Nightwing in a similar fashion to how Dick Grayson got his name of Nightwing. So that's really what I'm getting at here. I don't mind that she's called Nightwing in the first place. I don't mind it's Barbara Gordon, even though I do feel the way they colored the suit, they could have at least gone with the traditional Nightwing outfit, as it's pretty obvious that Stephanie Brown was in mind when it came to the costume as you look at the color scheme of it. But all in all, I have nothing to really complain about, except for I don't know why the skin part of Batman makes him look all gray. That doesn't really make sense to me unless he has some unknown to us extra facial protection. But yeah, all in all, I'm looking forward to Batman and I guess Nightwing as well being in the Smallville universe. It's about time Batman comes to Smallville, considering they've had like Green Arrow, Cyborg, Aquaman, not Flash, but Impulse, Hawkman, Doctor Fate, Stargirl, etc. So all in all, it gets about 82%. So that's it. I'm Hybrid. Please subscribe, comment, like, and see you guys later.